Rio, NTD 212, complex.
DPS, go. Inco, go. PUS, go. Surgeon, go. Booster, go. Copy that. We have a go from you guys.
This is Talking Sound.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome once again to the Talking Sound podcast, the only podcast on the internet where -10 is a number to be desired. Coming at you once again live from the throbbing heart of rock and roll, that is Austin, Texas, right here at South by Southwest 2015 Gear Expo. We're going to go ahead and walk around. We're going to talk to a few of the vendors, find out some of the newest things in technology, some of the newest things coming out available to you, the musicians out there in the market. So let's go ahead and walk around and find out. The greatest thing that I love about South by Southwest is the fact that no matter where you go, this whole place is completely filled with people, completely filled with arts, everything. And for years, this part of the convention itself has not happened. And it blew my mind when I found out that, first off, South by has been happening for close to 20 years, and yet still gear is brand new to it. And considering how many manufacturers we have right here in the Austin area, considering how many different pedal manufacturers, guitar manufacturers we have, it's really interesting to me that one of the places that was ignored was right here in South by. As a matter of fact, speaking of Austin, one of the places that we have right here in Austin, Texas is Mr. Eric Hungate. How are you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing great. Good to see you, man.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
We've been talking to Eric over here. He has a great new product that's coming out. As someone who is a touring musician and done work on the road, it's very interesting to me that this guy is actually focused on a side of the market that has been completely ignored for years. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your case?
I will. Let me tell you, we're positioned between a soft case and a hard case. And so what we've created is a rigid case. It still is more protection than a soft case, but it comes also with a configuration of a soft case. So you got like a hard case with a soft bag, straps. You can sling it, and most important, you've got a case stand that you can go ahead and pop back. So say you're at the gig, pop open the stand, and then you have a configuration, whatever you need. You can take out, and you'll basically have bags within bags here.
Exactly.
And do it. Yeah.
And that's honestly the one thing that I was saying earlier that I absolutely loved about it was the stowage capability. Because as a musician, you've always got bags upon bags. There's literally a bag just for cables that you're carrying. How much stuff can this thing hold?
Gosh, that's a real good question. We've got some other size bags here. We haven't actually loaded it up to full capacity though, so that's going to be with our user market and do our testing with that.
Absolutely. I mean, I would say just with what you have here, you would easily be able to hold a good 4 or 5 pedals, a good 4 or 5 20-foot cables, as well as all the bits and pieces that you need. Now, when are y'all looking at hitting the market full on with this, Eric?
This is our 3rd round prototype. We're going to do one more prototype and then hopefully get to market around mid to late summer. And so we're really excited about it. We've got a lot of good feedback at the show here, and a lot of folks from Austin really trying to support us. We're based in Bee Cave, and get our manufacturing done overseas, but really excited to be here today, and great talking to you.
And what I loved is the fact that you actually, even with it just being a promo item, you already have giveaways and stuff like that with people like musicians' friends and distributors and all that kind of stuff. Has that been going well for you?
Yeah, it has actually. We've got a good turnout with our survey. We're looking for price points. We're looking for pre-orders, if you will, who wants it, what their new ideas are around it. I've gotten a ton of different ideas about making one of these for a synthesizer, looking at making one of these for pedal boards, how to make one for 2 guitars. I think we're doing R&D for a bass case. So the ideas are just kind of coming out of the woodwork.
Absolutely. Well, and keep them in the woodwork, because you know as well as I do how quick they can get snatched up. Absolutely. And well, we were talking earlier, I would love once again to have you on as a regular guest, keep us updated with the product, how everything's going in your development and all that.
I'd love to. I'd love to. Love to be a part of it, man.
Fantastic. And at some point, we've got to get up there to Bee Caves and actually see the facility and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
most definitely. Eric, take care. We'll be in touch very soon. Once again, Eric Hungate right here with Hungate Cases. And let's hop right over here. This is actually the booth that I've been living at for the last couple of days, which is the Stomp Box exhibit, which is put on by the Deli Magazine out of New York City. They also have the Delicious Audio blog. Right here with us is actually Seth, the owner of Screamin' Effects right here in Austin, Texas.
How you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
Great, man. How's the expo been going for you?
Yeah, it's going really well. This is the first time I'm showing this new reverb pedal that I built, so actually the full thing. So.
And tell us a little bit about this thing, because it is absolutely gorgeous. It's really hard to find an analog spring reverb this day and age, especially in an external unit. So give us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. So you've got a real spring reverb, so this tank sits in here, and I designed a driver circuit. To get the whole thing to work actually took me a couple years to make it really sound good, because you need to have a big signal coming in to drive this. So put it all together, it actually runs on a 9-volt battery.
Wow.
And so what you've got in there is it's a reverb pedal, regular dry, wet, reverb, dwell, but then it's also got an overdrive, so you can boost up your signal, so it's got volume and gain, and then you can change the gain profile so you can pop up different things. So it's really a huge tone.
Fantastic. And how long have you been, if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the people who started off here with the Pedal Expo, right?
Yeah, so well, I did the Pedal Expo a couple years now, and before that I had my own booth out here. So
Great.
Yeah, I've been doing South by Southwest for a while. I travel all over Texas pretty much. I live locally to Austin, so.
Well, and fantastic. Where can people go to find your pedals and gear and everything that you make custom?
Yeah, the easiest place is screamineffects.com, but they're in some stores too. You just have to check, but shoot me an email. Screamineffects.com is the best way. Instagram, Facebook.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, Seth, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I just saw Paolo somewhere, so we'll have to hunt him down.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're right here, this is another brand new pedal company that's just coming out. The guys with MC Systems. How are you doing, buddy? Fantastic. He actually just showed up here today. They've had a rep here the last couple days, but he is brand new to us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the pedals that y'all have here today?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 8 different pedals at this time. One of the features of our pedals that's a little bit different is the velocity switch. So when you stomp on the pedal a little harder, you can get more drive. So it's kind of an added layer. It's almost like stacking pedals, so it's pretty cool.
And that is really interesting. How long did it take y'all to develop that technology?
Took Warren, who's the creator from Australia, took him years in his basement, putting them together, and now he's got these beautiful products. So.
Well, and they are absolutely beautiful. I've been seeing people going gaga over them. Number one, because of the size format. They're in between a normal size pedal and a large format, and it seems to be a really big competition right now in size formats. You have people like Moore and stuff like that going with like thumb size pedals. And literally one of the pedals that was delivered to me was the new TS9 by Ibanez, and I had to plug it in because it's one of the pedals that I mod personally, and it blew my mind that a pedal about the size of your thumb was just about the same sound quality as the original Japanese model.
Yeah, we do have a line of mini pedals coming out soon, so we'll be looking for those.
Yeah, the small form factor is hugely popular. And how have y'all been received here? Y'all have been doing a pedal giveaway, all kinds of stuff.
Really well. People are liking the pedals. They're nice, sturdy, rugged, so we've been getting really positive response.
Fantastic. Well, hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by. Once again, where can everybody go to check out the pedals for MC Systems?
MCsystems.com.
All right, fantastic. Thanks again, and welcome to South by Southwest. Welcome to Texas, my friend. And that's what I'm talking about, is the fact that there are so many different styles of music that are played here, so many different genres that the gear that happens here is absolutely amazing. We've had distributors from everywhere, from all over the country. We're about to hop over here and visit our friends from Big Ear Audio here in just a minute. But as you can see, right here behind me is the band Nunu bus. And what I love about this place right here is band Nunu is awesome. They are absolutely fantastic. They have a great new concept. For those of you who are my age and literally remember watching the first MTV broadcast, there was that beautifully, I guess you could call it, prophetic song called Video Killed the Radio Star. And unfortunately, that has truly become the case. All of the shows and the channels like VH1, MTV have literally been proliferated and taken over with reality TV, which, don't get me wrong, there's obviously a market. They wouldn't be having them on there if there wasn't a market. However, what got neglected along the way was the artists. And what I love about Band Nunu is the fact that they have actually come up with a fantastic way for musicians to be able to get their videos out to the public beyond just YouTube. So let's see if we can find someone from Band Nunu here to hop over and talk with us for a minute. Can you spare us this minute? We were talking outside just a minute ago. Give us your name real quick, my friend.
My name is Saya Lansky. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Tell us a little bit about Band Nunu.
Band Nunu basically is just what MTV and BET used to be. That's what we're doing right now, music video format, you know what I'm saying? We got the app. Let me show you the app on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Give us a little screenshot of the app here. Let us see what it looks like. Now, how much does the app cost?
Free.
The app is absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
And what does it cost for a band to be able to become a member and post a video?
For a band, it's like $375 to post a video.
And that is absolutely nothing. That is absolutely amazing, the fact that you can go on, basically have, is it like you have your own channel? Is that right?
It's not like really your channel. It's like basically just like, I remember the old box when they called in, so they could do that on the app. They could go on the app, press your video, and it come in all the TVs and everything.
Okay, so it actually streams to all of your devices and everything else. Now, how long has Band Nunu been around?
Well, yeah, so far. We just coming out the ground.
Okay, fantastic. And I mean, y'all have had a great promo push here. I've seen the booth incredibly busy. Have y'all had a good response this year so far at South by?
Yes, sir, because everybody's saying that they don't have this platform no more. So we the first one bringing it back. We trying to be the rival to Revolt TV.
Well, and that's just it. That's what I loved earlier whenever I was talking to your CEO, T-Berry, and stuff like that. The fact that they are really taking advantage of the internet streaming, all that kind of stuff. He was saying it's available on Roku. It's available, y'all just signed up with Xbox 360, and y'all are in negotiations with PS2, correct?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, fantastic. And
right now they have like 80 million viewers all around the world. Just right now, and it's just starting up.
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, if you break that down within 12 months, 80 million, that's like a good, close to 10 million a month. That is absolutely amazing, the growth that y'all have had, man. So absolute congratulations on that. We're going to be in touch. And like I told Terry, we definitely want to keep in touch with you guys, keep on the updates and see how things are going, man. Thank you so much for being on the show, man. We'll talk to y'all soon. And that's the kind of stuff that launches here at South by. South by Interactive has taken over the first week of South by, and it's literally become the fact that all of these things are coalesced together. The interactive feeds into the music, feeds into the film, and it's really gotten to the point where what we have is a true conglomeration of media and media types. Media and media types that allow people to really get their music and get their stuff out there. And right here, we've actually come across the South by Southwest synthesizer exhibit. This is another side of the pedal exhibit that we had over there. This basically is a chance for people to see all of the new synthesizer stuff that's coming out, things like that. And what's amazing to me, here he is right here. Paolo, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. This is Paolo, everyone. He is with the Deli Magazine as well as the Delicious Audio blog, and he is the visionary that has put these two booths together. Actually, some of the best interactive booth stuff that I've seen as someone who does corporate AV. The fact that you have interactive booths as opposed to just a display booth. What brought you to that?
I don't know. I run a magazine that targets musicians, and I want to organize an event. I run it out of Brooklyn, and I started thinking about organizing an event targeting musicians, and I just came up with this idea. I was lucky enough that Shure, the microphone and headphones manufacturer, was already advertising in my magazine.
Oh, great.
I was in PreSonus, who does, among other things, headphones preamps, was doing it too. And I was in touch with guys from Line 6 who'd make the little pods.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, guitar pedals are probably the most popular products for musicians right now. It would be cool to do a show all about guitar pedals. And, you know, all the things came together. I managed to get Shure to give me headphones to do this, and PreSonus gave the headphones amplifiers, and Line 6 gave me their pods.
Yep.
You know, I couldn't afford to buy all these things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm the same way. You know, I'm a self-starter, and I mean, people have asked me, my God, how did you get 2 studios full of gear and literally a storage building full of live equipment? And it's like, well, I quit smoking and I quit drinking out, and all that money went to buy gear.
And I don't have kids.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, the people have asked me like, oh, you know, why do you have to move to a house to have a kid? And I'm like, well, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I refuse to resent my child. I refuse to have to give my child a studio and go, you took my studio for 8 years from me, boy. You know, like, that's just mean. But it's hard whenever you are the visionary, whenever you're the one that's pushing everything forward. How long did it take you to get these 2 exhibits together?
The 2 exhibits here, you know, I started working maybe 4 months before the actual show, booking companies, and it's kind of stressful because you never know how many companies are going. You know, here at South by, they need to know like at least 2 months before what kind of space you have. So I have to commit to a certain space and then book it. But it went really well. We have 34 manufacturers in the pedal side of things and about 12 in the synth side of things.
Well, yeah, but even just for 12, you say 12 like there isn't that many. This is only the first year that you've done the synth exhibit.
Yes, the synth one is the first year at South by. We did it in Brooklyn in December. It went really well. But you know, it's hopefully something that's growing. We'll see.
And how many of these shows do you do around the country every year?
I do 4. Brooklyn, South by Southwest, and the 2 NAMM shows, which are really a little bit different because I do them for smaller manufacturers, only pedals, that can't afford to be a NAMM with it's very expensive to buy a booth there. So
it is. And you know, the one thing that I love about specifically about the Deli magazine is its focus. The focus of the Deli magazine is really about up and coming and emerging artists, is it not?
Yes, it is, and we also do something that nobody else is doing. We cover artists locally. So we have 13 separate blogs focused on 13 different scenes in North America. Everything started in New York City when I moved there. I was in love with that music scene, so I started writing about New York City emerging bands. We don't cover established bands, only emerging. And then we did a print issue actually in New York City, and things were working, so we expanded online only to 12 other scenes slowly. So we have now Nashville, Austin, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, Portland, Toronto, Philadelphia, and a few other ones.
And that is absolutely fantastic. That's what I love, is the fact that you are helping not only independent musicians to flourish, but independent manufacturers to flourish as well, and really helping support them and get their name out there. How long have you been doing these shows entirely?
The show started in 2011. Okay. The magazine started 10 years ago.
Fantastic. And you have an incredible presence online. I've had a chance to go to the website and all that kind of stuff. The traffic is absolutely immense. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we have about 100,000 unique visitors per month. I would say 50-50 musicians and music fans who are really into new bands and check out.
And as far as someone who's involved with social media and putting on events like this, how important is the grassroots side of it, the self-promotion, I guess the incorporation of online media, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell how important it is. It is important, but I think the crucial thing is having content that nobody else has. You know, if you do something that nobody else is doing, nobody else is covering music the way we do. We are not, pitched for or stereo gum, but we have our own niche, which is unique. And then everything else helps spreading the word. Like these shows, for example, we are posting on pictures on Facebook every half an hour. That allows us to show the manufacturers how many people are coming and stuff like that. So even though, you know, posting one thing on Facebook might not do much, if you keep doing things on Facebook and Twitter maybe, and it all adds up in the end.
Well, and not only that, but like you said, it's more about letting the manufacturers know that things are going on, things are happening, people are there seeing their product. And that's really what it's about, is the exposure for everybody and letting musicians know what is out there, what musical options, technological options are out there available to them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, Paolo, and thank you so much for letting me participate in both the synth and the pedal exhibit as well. I can't wait until next year. It's been a phenomenal experience, and just being here has been amazing. So thank you once again, Paolo.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Where can everybody go to check out the deli, check out the Delicious Audio blog?
Well, go to thedelimagazine.com and you will see all the possible links you need there.
Fantastic. All right. Once again, everybody, Paolo De Gregorio with the South by Southwest pedal exhibit. Let's hop over here and take a talk real quick with some of the guys from Beat Buddy, actually. I've seen these guys over the last couple of days here, and their new product is amazing. I've worked with so many independent musicians and solo musicians over time that have literally said, like, man, if I could only have a drummer in the background of my acoustic set. That is exactly what the guys at mybeatbuddy.com have done. So tell us a little bit about your product here.
Well, it's a hands-free drum machine that you can completely control the beat with your feet whenever you play. If you play guitar, bass, trombone, whatever, you could, insert fills, transition, go to different song parts, and really have live control as you would with a real drummer.
And can you actually program your own beats in through MIDI or USB, anything like that, import beats you've made?
Yeah, if you work with a program that can export general MIDI, whatever the program is, GarageBand, Ableton, Reason, you just export it and put it on. We designed it to be able to use for very basic users as well as very advanced. You don't need to know how to program. You could take it out of the box, use it in 21 different genres, 200 different songs, and just go and explore and learn different things, different time signatures. But if you know how to program, you'll find infinite possibility.
Well, and that's what I love about it, is the fact that, number one, the ease of use. I literally saw a musician a while ago walking around with one that was probably about 70 years old and had no fear about something that seems utterly complex, but really isn't. There are all of 3 controls on this thing. Explain a little bit about what happens with your feet while you're doing it.
Well, it's amazing how much control you can have with something with such simple buttons. There are literally 3 buttons. You can press it for a fill, hold it for transition, push one button to pause it, so you can have like your drum breaks, and another for accent hits. So that's 3 buttons. Depending on how you press them and when you press them, you can really get a lot of control. You can go to different song parts with it. You can trigger fills. You could pause it, bring it in with a fill, do a short stop, bring it back. You have so much control with such a simple interface.
Well, and let's take a look at one of these things, because it really blew my mind. As someone who has dealt with programming for years, all kinds of stuff, the small form factor of this really, really blew my mind. It's literally as big as your hand, and everything on it, it's got nice big lettering on a screen. It's not like your typical drum machine or rhythm companion like you would have that has like an LED readout or something like that. What went into the design of this?
Oh, we went onto multiple forums of all musicians of all sorts, and we asked them, what do you want in a drum machine? And people said, it's hard to use. I don't want to know how to program. I want to use it right away. I want to have more control. I want to be able to program. I want it to sound like a real drummer. I want to be able to do reggae. I want it to do metal. I want it to be able to do all sorts of things. I want it to teach me how to be a better guitarist. So we have a screen right here. It's a color-coded visual display of the beat.
Wow, that's awesome. Give us a little sample here if you can. Just kind of touch a couple of the buttons and let's see some things change.
So you see red is an intro fill, and that moving across the bar is a visual metronome. So you know where you are in the bar. So if I'm going to trigger fill, I'll trigger fill now, it's yellow, and you know when the fill's going to end. And so if you do it here, you know the fill's going to end there, so you can time yourself, know exactly, you know, how precisely to edit what you're doing in accordance with what it is. So it really makes you a better guitarist. Whitest transition, I can hold it for as long as I want, build up and build up and build up a transition. When I'm ready, I let go and it moves to the next song part. And it's 4/4, so you see 4 bars here.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's nice because it's got its little metronome going right across there, counting it right out for you, man.
I'll go to like a different time signature.
Absolutely. Let's check out like a 3/4 swing or something like that. Since we're in Texas, how about a little Texas swing for us?
I'm already at the 6/8, so I'll just do this and then I'll get you a...
We have plenty of blues here too.
Yeah, so here you see 6 beats, because we're in 6/8. So if you do a fill, you know it's going to end here. If you do a transition, you're like, okay, I'm building up the transition. I know it's going to end there, and so you become a really tight, better rhythmic player. So let me end this, and let me go to 3/4. You could also hands-free move through your songs. So you could create a song, like a folder for Friday night gig, Tuesday night gig.
So you can literally set up your entire set list right inside of here and just move from track to track, and even bounce around from track to track without doing them in sequence.
You can even do tap tempo hands-free. You could do your whole show without ever touching it. Here's tap tempo.
Wow, that is great. I absolutely love it.
So let me do a 3/4.
Okay.
So you see there's 3 bars. And so if I do a fill, it's a 3-beat fill. I could hold the transition for 2 bars, let's say. At the end of 2 bars, I'm back.
And then you can let it go and it automatically, it doesn't actually, not like a loop station or something where it takes off where you left off. It actually waits for the next turn to come around.
Yeah, so even if you're not on time, it's always on.
Exactly. Because I mean, that's I'm a soul player. I don't really play with a click track. So for me, someone like that where I can actually preempt myself and know that I'm going to have to come in and be there before my hands are, that's absolutely fantastic. So these are actually available out on the market right now. What is the price point on these?
So it's $299 for the beat budding, and we have the foot switch at $29.
And that is absolutely affordable. And how long, what's the typical shipping time? I know you said at one point y'all were actually so back ordered that y'all had to figure out a way to start manufacturing more rapidly. How's that been going?
Well, it's been inspiring. I mean, it's been amazing just how many people have been waiting for something like this for so long. We designed it for everybody, whether you're a beginner, an advanced user, whether you're trying to learn guitar or learn different time signatures or styles, or you're a performer, you want to jam at 2 in the morning, you want to jam with your friends, you want to jam by yourself. So we've experienced a lot of demand, and it's been really inspiring and really amazing. Right now, we're in stock. We intend to be in stock for as long as we can be. We're ramping up production, and we can usually ship to you within 5 days in the United States, probably earlier.
That is absolutely incredible. And everybody can go to mybeatbuddy.com, right?
Yep, like my buddy who plays the beat, mybeatbuddy.com.
All right, fantastic. And I absolutely love the sale line of the most sober drummer you'll ever meet.
Well, actually, I believe what I said was it's the first drummer to only drink in moderation.
Oh, that's right. The only drummer to drink in moderation, which is even better. So, fantastic. Your name again?
Ellie Packhouse.
Ellie, fantastic. Thanks again for such an incredible device, and we look forward to hearing from y'all soon, being able to repost some articles, stuff like that. So, have a great rest of your conference. Take care, guys. And that's what I absolutely love, is the fact that there are so many new ideas, so many new things that come out. One of the new things that's come out that I have been talking to these guys over the last couple days is smartphone records. These guys have an absolutely amazing concept with all of the stuff. I've had so many people about the podcast ask me if it's available on iTunes, things like that. And I'm like, unfortunately, no, it's not. And the main reason, it's not just because it costs you an incredible amount every year to be an iTunes developer, but it's the fact that they've actually started pushing away independent artists. And unless you're part of a major label, it's hard to get your stuff out there. So we have right here the actual CEO of Smartphone Records. Tell us a little bit about what you're about, my friend.
Okay, well, thanks everyone. My name is Damian Holloman. I'm the CEO and founder of Smartphone Records, the first and only mobile app that allows artists to sell their music straight from their smartphones without the use of a CD, a PC, or a major record label.
And how does that work?
Well, it's very simple. If you can use an email, you can use Smartphone Records. All you have to do is download the app, create an account, and send in your music, and the rest is up to you.
And is it something where there is a base price for the music to start off with? Can you actually put your music on there for free? You know, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're simply a platform. Well, however much the artist wants to sell their music for is completely up to them. Or some artists even give their tracks away for free for promotion, so it's completely up to you. We don't own any rights. We don't own any licensing or copyrights to your music. We're simply a platform to help you reach more people and to sell your music and also to make money.
Absolutely. And how long have you guys been around? Because like I said, it's an absolutely visionary idea that really takes self-promotion and self-packaging of music to a whole new level.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, we've been on the iTunes and App Store and the Google Play Store for a little over a year. We're currently in over 65 countries, and we have artists from all over the world, from the United States, Malaysia, UK, you name it, from all different types of genres too, so, you know, all is welcome.
Absolutely. And now, I'm gonna bum rush you here a little bit. What's coming next from Smartphone Records?
Oh, wow. Well, we're just starting, and we have a whole lot more coming. If you download the app today, just know that about a month from today, the app will look completely different. We're adding a lot of new features to make it more user-friendly, to help artists reach more people, more faster, more convenient, and, you know, at a cheap price, so they can also make money from their music. So we have a lot more coming up real soon.
Well, and I absolutely love it. The fact that you're making marketing for a musician not only interactive, but self-motivated as well. Yeah. And we were talking about that earlier, the fact that so many people don't grasp the fact that they are the ones that have to push it. Right. Even if you have a label, you're still the one that has to pull a lot of the weight. You still got to get out there. You still got to promote your name. And the fact that y'all are encouraging that, the fact that y'all are making it so easy for musicians to make their art available to other people, absolutely fantastic, Damian. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Chris.
Like I said before, I'd love to have you on as a regular guest every other month or so. Come on, give us an update. Let us know what's happening with the business. Let us know what's happening with the app and what we can do to start rifling more musicians your way, my friend.
Thanks a lot.
Once again, congratulations and welcome to South by Southwest.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy, everyone.
Absolutely. And Damian is just one of the few people here that is actually bringing these concepts and these opportunities to musicians, to people that may not even know how to go about really promoting themselves and getting their stuff out there. And one of the people that I met while I was here was actually the guys at Anthropos Arts, and talking about people who are bringing it to a whole new level. They are actually bringing this concept to the next generation. I love it because one of their students is hunkered down in the background. She's hiding, but she came over and played around with the basses at the pedal exhibit a while ago and is having a great time. We have Leo here. He's actually one of the guys that runs things here at Anthropos Arts. Tell us a little bit about what y'all do at Anthropos, Leo.
Okay, well, Anthropos Arts is a nonprofit program here in Austin, and what we do is we provide free music lessons to low-income and at-risk students at the junior high and high school level in the band program. And we pair them up with local professional musicians who provide music instruction as well as mentorship.
And that is absolutely amazing. Like, we've been talking with a couple people about how the whole industry has shifted to the artist focus, and how things have gotten to where it's really more artist-centric and making artists kind of push their own stuff. Have y'all been experiencing that as well, as far as working with the youth and working with professional musicians? Are they passing that knowledge along to the children as well, as far as promotion, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with, like, besides the music instruction, the mentorship is giving the students an idea of what it's like to be a musician in this business, and how to succeed as a musician. Not only playing your instrument, but all the ins and outs, you know, the business side, the marketing side. just self-promotion and all the things that come along with, being in the music business.
Well, and that's just it. People forget the fact of that last word. They always think music, they always forget business. And it really is. Most people don't realize that, and even if you're going to go out and be a concert violinist or pianist or even a teacher or an instructor, there is an end of business there. No matter what's involved, unless you're a straight and true artist and don't care about making any money with your work, which there are those. I'm one of them, that I have 30 some odd hours of music on the internet, and if I sell it, great. If not, I make music for me and my satisfaction. But so many people, especially at a young age, can get so disheartened if they don't land a record deal, if they don't, and to be able to have a mentor that's there to let them know, hey man, this is life, this is art.
Yeah, and they're offering their life experiences as a musician, so a lot of time we kind of go into it and make a lot of mistakes because we don't have the knowledge or the information to make the right choices. And I think also there's a kind of an existing idea that musicians don't make money and always have to be poor and struggling, and that's unfortunately, it's a stereotype, and we want to avoid that stereotype, and we want to show these kids that you can be very successful in the music business as a musician.
That's right, and and that's something that we talk about on the Talking Sound podcast all the time, is the concept of artist, musician, and working musician. And there's a fine line difference, but there really is a difference between someone that goes out on a Wednesday night, plays jazz. On Thursday, they're playing country. They may do studio work. You really do have to have a multifaceted aspect to it, because if you're only looking at it as, I'm going to be a successful band, you're probably missing about 8 or 10 other opportunities that you could really, as looking at it from an older generation point of view, be able to ply your trade.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you really got to expand your palette. Just focusing only on the music. Nowadays you really got to be able to do other things. And myself, besides the being a musician, I'm also an educator. I teach kids, and I work in the schools. And so yeah, you gotta be able to have the ability to work in other fields to make that cost of living. And so yeah, that's what we try to teach them, that there's more to it than just playing the instrument.
That's right, absolutely. Now, how long have you guys been around, and where can people find out more information about you?
This program has been in existence for 16 years now. Wow. And we're constantly growing and expanding the program to other schools and other school districts. And through fundraising and donations, that's how we make our money. We're a nonprofit, so we appreciate any donations and support. Yeah, you can locate us and find us on Facebook at Anthropos Arts, and you can also visit our website at anthroposarts.org, and yeah, so you can contact us through any of those social media sites, and we'd be more than happy to provide any information. And
fantastic. People can donate there, all that kind of fun stuff.
They can check out videos and pictures on our website of concerts and events that the students have done and participated in. Besides putting on their own little concerts, the other thing we do with them is that we team them up with local bands, and we have these bands have them come and sit in with them and participate in their live performances, so that way they get a taste of that as well. And to play in a live band.
Well, and that's just it. It's all about performance, synergy, and being able to understand that on a stage and in life, it's all about what you surround yourself with. It really is, and that's a big part of the mentoring with the program.
Yeah, giving these guys positive role models and positive experiences will definitely keep them, on the right path and highly motivated, and hopefully it provides a bright future for them. And that's what we hope for. We want all our kids to go to school and to try to go to college. And so far we've had 100% of the students who have been applying to colleges, they're all getting in. And so we're really proud of all our students and our teachers as well.
And we're very proud of you for taking on this responsibility of bringing the arts to a whole new generation and really lifting them up and mentoring them. So once again, thank you so much for being on the show. Like I said before, we'd love to have you as a regular guest. Come in, give us updates every couple months, any programs y'all have going on locally. We'd love to help out any way we can. Take care once again, Leo. And once again, that is Anthropos Arts. And it's such an important thing to make sure that this is carried on, to make sure that this kind of stuff moves on to the next people. And even talking about that is even the next generation of technology, like right here across from all of these great analog pedals and stuff like that. You've got the guys right over here from Eventide who have been over here for the last 2 days just wrecking stuff with some of their new digital pedals, things like that. And right here we actually have the DSP engineer from Eventide, which I loved finding out. He is actually one of the brains behind all of these toys down here that have taken the market by storm over the last couple of years. How have you been doing, man? You been having a good South by so far?
Awesome.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about some of the new toys. The saxophonist over here was going through one of y'all's new vocal processors. What's that one all about?
Yeah, so the saxophone player was going through our Eventide Mixing Link. And that is a mic preamp that has an instrument level effects loop in it. So you can use your guitar stomp boxes with whatever you want to mic. Your vocals, your saxophone, your violin, you name it.
That's great. And what I loved about it is the fact that it's incorporating even newer technology, which is allowing people to control stuff from their tablets, smart devices, things like that.
Yeah, he's also using the Eventide H9, which is the same great sound as our other stomp boxes that we've kind of released over the past 7 or 8 years.
Yep.
That we've condensed the size, made it smaller. You can carry it on a plane now and stuff like that. And so we pushed some of the controllability onto an iOS device or a computer or even your phone. So you can build presets and set things up right there.
Heck yeah, man, and that's great. And can you actually take any of these settings or anything like that and import them into your VSTs for recording, any of that kind of stuff? Are y'all looking to going toward that market with any of this?
That is an excellent question.
I thought so.
I think you're perceptive.
I try to be. I'm a visionary. I see things like this and just the possibility of being, because I know there's another company out there right now that wasn't able to expo, but they actually have stuff where they will mod your analog pedal for MIDI, and you can actually go in and make presets and stuff like that. So the marriage of all this technology has really come about in the last couple of years that have opened the floodgates.
Definitely.
And now, how many of these, how long has this pedal been out, and what markets are y'all looking at for it?
I think the H9 has been out, I feel like 2013 is when we put it out. Maybe 2012. My memory fades me. I have a 2-year-old at home. So.
Okay, that's perfectly understandable why the brain could be mush.
Yeah, but the markets are the guitar market's big. But I'm seeing these things in modular synths. I'm seeing horn players use them. I'm seeing, now vocalists and
well, they even had a harmonica player up here a while ago that was wrecking shop on it.
Yeah, I'm a bass player and I use them obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've played around with the time factor, things like that before with other musicians that I've been in the studio with, and they're just phenomenal. The range of sound that y'all get with the DSP technology and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know if I would want to go into your head with the coding involved with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's its own special kind of hurt.
It really is. Now, I bum rushed a couple people with this question. What is coming up next from Eventide? What has your big brain been boiling up there?
Well,
if you can tell us.
I'm not really at liberty. It's
one of those kind of fun toys.
Here's the thing. I can show you a sneak peek. It's nothing like it's not the super secret sauce in the lab, but we always trying to release new H9 algorithms.
Okay, sweet. Well, give us a shot, man. Show us what it's all about. And I mean, look at that. That's just fantastic. The way that you can actually go in and sculpt your stuff via note. on the map and everything else.
Yeah.
That's great. You can actually go in and tell it which pitches to polyphonically give you.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, I mean, one of the things that we've never really touched is a little bit of a distortion or dirt.
Yeah.
So, just as a matter of convenience, you know, I'm not trying to replace people's, you know, Klon or, you know,
Sure.
vintage modded, you know, 808 or anything.
Thank you.
Yeah. But, you know, since we have this ability, I thought, oh, well, we're going to try our hand at a few distortions. So they're kind of still, you know, being, what's the word, breadboarded, if you will, isn't it? So, but here, I'll show you.
Sure thing, man. Give us a little sample of this. That is an absolutely phenomenal sound for distortion from a digital pedal, my friend. Now, how long did it take y'all to start writing those algorithms and all that kind of stuff?
We've been working on, so we had a core distortion algorithm that we had to adapt for the pedal format. I started working on this a couple years ago. I had to put it on the back burner for a little while, so it's just kind of been stewing in my head. So I've been kind of hitting it piecemeal for the past couple years. It's an experiment, you know. I don't want to start any holy wars.
Don't.
So
it's never a good thing, you know. It's really interesting to me whenever you come to expos like this and you see guys from like TC Electronic coming over to Eventide, and it's everybody's buddy. We've all been at the same expos. We know each other, you know. Nobody's trying to step on toes, but we all do want to see, like, hey, where are you going? Like, we literally get geeked out and excited about each other's projects.
Totally.
And, you know, I would absolutely, like I said earlier, I would love to start reposting articles from you guys, letting everybody know all the new stuff coming out from y'all. When are y'all looking at the next release?
We want to do an update to the H9 that adds some new algorithms, probably before the summer sometime. Is a loose date. We want to add. There's a couple of key features outside of new algorithms. Is a routing feature. So since we're thinking about adding distortions, you know, a lot of people are using these boxes in their effects loop, right? And that's not where you want to put distortion. So we want to add like a 4-cable method to where the box can sort of live depending on the preset in front of the amp or in the effects loop.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, give people a little bit more option as opposed to just like, this is where it belongs.
Exactly.
Well, fantastic. And where can everybody go to find these new algorithms, all that kind of stuff?
New algorithms are, if you're buying with your iOS device, they're straight in the app, the H9 Control app, if you own the pedal. Through Amazon if you're just using your computer. You know, you can buy the pedals at your local dealer or online dealers like Sweetwater. Are these guys here in Austin right across the aisle here?
We like that, absolutely. Straight Music Company, they're always a plus. Well, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about the latest and greatest coming out from Eventide. And once again, we definitely hope to be reposting some articles from you guys soon. Take care, man. Have a great rest of your South by. Enjoy. And that is what we're talking about, everybody. All of the latest and greatest stuff, all of the toys, all of the options that are available to you, the musicians out there. Now, please, if you get a chance, stop on by the Talking Sound podcast, www.talkingsoundshow.com. There you can find all the technical articles, reposts from great manufacturers, soon to be people like Eventide. We have people like Shure Microphones, MXL, M Audio, all kinds of stuff, as well as technical videos and musician interviews. We also have our Patreon page. On the Patreon page, you can donate to our app fund to help us get the app up and going and available to the public. That way, all of this stuff is available right there in your pocket, on your iDevice, on your mobile devices. Once again, I'm Chris Jordan, your host with the Talking Sound Podcast, and until next time, everybody, keep reaching for 11. We'll see you soon.
This is Talking Sound.